How often have you said or heard others say, I'm not creative? Here are 16 easy methods you can immediately implement to encourage creativity and innovation. First, it might be useful to consider the difference between innovation and creativity. Creativity is thinking up new things. Innovation is doing new things. These 16 points are not intended to cover everything on the subject. They're just to help you get started in thinking about it. They apply equally for self leadership or leading others. First, start your thinking. Do you believe that you are creative? If not, what could you possibly to do to make your thinking more helpful? For example, what could you start to say to yourself about how you are developing your creative thinking skills? Second, help your team or colleagues with their thinking. How do they act and what do they say that gives an indication of their belief about their creativity? Think about the things you could possibly do to help them to feel more confident about their skills in these areas. Third, consider your organizational environment. Is it helpful or hindering to do creative thinking? Decide whether this is a given that you can't do anything about, or if it is something you can influence in your area of work, your team. Fourth, define some goals about being innovative and creative. When might there be opportunities for new and different thinking, or when might there be opportunities to use or encourage creative thinking? Decide what you want to do and what you want to achieve. Fifth, be creative every day. Build a habit of looking to innovate and be creative at every opportunity. Be proactive rather than seeking opportunities, creative opportunities, as this is being creative in itself. Then turn this creativity into innovation by acting on the ideas generated. 6. Inspire those around you to act in the same way. Displaying creativity yourself will impact on those around you. You will be acting as a role model and influencing the thinking of colleagues. This may cause them to think something along with the line of, if Alison can do it, then I can do as well. Hence, mix with others who are creative. This can be extended out of your workplace by using the fantastic links and resources made available online. As a starter, how about connecting us on LinkedIn, where the discussions will stimulate your thinking? Eighth, use questions that engage the imagination rather than going with the first solution or tried or tested ways of doing things. Ask yourself or other questions that will help to generate lots of ideas. Ninth, challenge yourself. When using questions that are designed to help you, think of lots of options or ideas, then set yourself or others a challenge. How many ideas can you come up with in response to the question in 5 or 10 minutes? 10th, explore the what ifs. Walk through what if scenarios to generate lots of options to solve problems or achieve goals. 11th, involve others in creative thinking sessions. Introduce your team or colleagues to creative thinking techniques. Talk about the importance of thinking possibility before deciding on the definite actions to take to achieve goals or projects. 12th, dare to be different. Challenge others to develop their innovation and creativity skills. Introduce different ways to do things and different ways to come up with ideas. Use creative thinking techniques to get people thinking and challenge. When you hear others say it's always been done this way. 13th, get groups together. Creativity and innovation doesn't have to sit with the leaders in an organization. People do the job will have great ideas about new ways of doing things. By getting them together, they will spark off ideas in each other. 14th, Acknowledge when it happens. If you are encouraging others to be creative and to innovate, then you need to recognize when this is happening. Look out for it on a daily basis. 15th, reinforce the habit. Having recognized when it is happening, offer feedback and praise so others will keep acting in this way. 16th, celebrate your success. When applying the result framework and mirroring the result we recommend, that wins are celebrated. So, how could you possibly celebrate when you have helped yourself and others to think in new and different ways? To take those ideas forward, here are 3 things that you could choose to do. First, identify situations where you can inspire creativity and innovation in others. Second, do some possibility thinking about how you could possibly encourage more creativity in those situations. Third, take action from the ideas generated. Decide what you will do and when. The world is a consistently changing place, and with technology advancing quicker than ever now, it's becoming harder to stay relevant in the marketplace. Hope these 16 easy methods you can immediately implement to encourage creativity and innovation in your school.